As you know, Minister, in 2018, I think 2,535 people were in receipt of personal assistant service. The total number of hours, I think, was 1.6 million or so, but that works out, I think, at an average of 1.73 hours per day for each person receiving personal assistance. And as you know, Minister, we've received extensive briefings in the past number of months, which I'm sure you have as well, the Independent Living Movement of Ireland, which would like an additional 500,000 hours a year at least, and would like Article 19 of the Convention brought in here in terms of legislation. We've also had excellent briefings from the Irish Wheelchair Association, which is headquartered in my own constituency, and from a young journalist, Ms Niamh Rory, who also shows her experience of personal assistance.
First of all, I want to thank the Deputy for raising this very important issue. And can I say, in line with government policy, the HSE provides personal assistance services that are person-centred, equitable and transparent to people with a physical or sensory disability. People with disabilities are now living longer and living with a wide range of complex needs. In line with the national policy implemented under Transforming Lives, the focus in recent years has been to enable people with disabilities to live lives of their choosing. The provision of personal assistance hours is an essential component of this. The HSE's 2019 National Service Plan is committed to providing 1.63 million hours of personal assistance to 2,535 people with a disability, representing an increase of 170,000 hours over the 2018 target. That's an increase of 170,000 hours. The HSE has consistently, year on year, increased the number of hours of the PA service delivered, and this is about delivering, Deputy, resulting in the overall number of personal assistance hours increasing by 26% between 2013 and 2018, an increase in real terms of 340,000 hours. Over the same period, the number of people receiving PA services has increased by approximately 480 to 2,535. The personal assistant works on a one-on-one basis in the home, in the community, with the person with the physical or sensory disability. A vital element of this personalised support is the full involvement of the service user in planning and agreeing the type and the times when support is provided to them. Support independent living must enhance a person's control over their own life. Article 19 of the UN Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disability states that disabled people should live where they wish and with whom they wish. They should enjoy a range of community support services, including personal assistance, and they should enjoy community life and its opportunities on an equal basis to non-disabled people. And they should not be subject to isolation or segregation. The PA service provided by the HSE adheres to these principles. In the normal course of service delivery, an individual's requirements are constantly reviewed to ensure services met changing need. An individual's personal assistance hours may be adjusted following a service review, where demand can result in one individual's hours being reduced in order to address the priority needs of other people with disabilities in their community. There is much flexibility going on this particular issue. Thank you.
And thanks, Minister. But I mean, you haven't said whether or not you believe in the right to a personal assistant and to personal assistance. I mean, the reality is, and I think you know it very well, is that, for example, in 2017, almost 85% of people in receipt of personal assistance services, they got less than 3 hours a day. We hear that some people get as low as maybe 40 minutes a day, and you know, there's hardly time to to get breakfast, to get dressed, to get showered, to get ready for work, to go to appointments. So a very little amount of time here. And we know the reality. Dr. Cathal Morgan sent me an excellent reply on foot of my question to Minister Harris on this matter. You know, he showed the small increases over the years that you've gone through, Minister, but he didn't deny the fact that the actual funding, your vote funding for personal assistance, it hasn't moved at all since 2008. So for 11 years, Minister, Minister, in all the 3 years you've been in government, Minister McGrath, we've had no increase in funding in this area. And the reality is, of course, that a right to personal assistance is not being delivered, as I think the excellent Joan Carthy, whom we both know in the Wheelchair Association, has said so strongly, that even after last year's 170,000 hours, we still have a wide range of citizens who are not getting their personal assistant rights.
Can I say, first of all, that in relation to the rights issue, I'm the person that ratified the UN Convention. A lot of you guys have been talking about it for 20 years over there in opposition. The bottom line is, so I support Article 19 of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which states that disabled people should live where they wish and with whom they wish. That is my position. We ratified the UN Convention after a lot of people in this House, including yourself, sat in the pot for many years and did nothing about it. Next issue is, as I said earlier on, Alaska and Corla, there has been an increase of 200,000 hours. And can I just say to you, you talked about hours there. In 2013, personal assistance number of hours was 1.291 million hours. 2018, 1.630. So I'm making the point is, yes, do I want to do more? Absolutely. Are there people out there that could do with more hours? Yes. But can I also bury this myth as well? Because I have regularly people into my office who have personal assistants. I've yet to meet a person who comes into the office and I ask them how many hours a week. That 3-hour figure. Most people I meet are getting 20 to 30 hours a week. And if there are people excluded, I will be determined to include them. 200,000 hours are there to do that. Other people, we've restored the respite care grant, which is a great help. And the other big issue is, Alaska and Corla, is I'm introducing personalised budgets very, very shortly, which will give more independence to people with disabilities.
Other members. Minister, you don't seem to be accepting the figures that the independent living movement of Ireland has given us. The reality is, by the way, you didn't come in here and legislate for the optional protocol. If you were serious about the convention, you would have legislated for that and Article 19, which gives the right to a personal assistant. You didn't do that because your Fine Gael masters over there wouldn't let you, because they're not prepared. They're not prepared to put up the finance, and that's the bottom line. You haven't delivered, in actual fact. It's been 3 wasted years. You just haven't delivered, and we still have citizens. I'll go on the figures that I have here in front of me from the independent living movement, from the Irish Wheelchair Association. Will you commit, Minister? I'll just ask you this simple question. Will you commit to legislating under Article 19 to give a right to personal assistance, and will you also commit to the request of the Wheelchair Association to get CSO to find out how many hours are actually needed, and to what extent is this government, your government, or any government before you, meeting the right for a person with disability to have a personal assistant?
Minister McGrath.
First of all, can I say that in relation to delivering, can I say, the government, the partnership government, ratified the UN Convention, and that's something we're very proud of. And of course, the optional protocol will be done when we have certain things finalised. We're way ahead of other European countries, by the way, in relation to the UN Convention. But can I say, if you look at the facts, Alaska and Corla, in this year's HSE service plan, in relation to disability services, it's 1.904 billion in HSE disability service. That's an increase of 7.5%. Yet you, Deputy, are going round the Dáil and going round the north side saying Minister McGrath's cutting the service. What a load of... You're not only misleading the people, you ran away from going into government. You didn't have the bottle to go into government. You're sitting on the pot over there. You had a chance to come in here and help me get more services for people with disability. You just don't know how to deliver. There's no point coming into Dáil if you can't stand up and represent the people. And I'm very, very proud to represent the people of Dublin Bay and Art, and particularly people with disabilities. And can I finally say that in relation to disability services, I think it's essential that we support people with disabilities. And absolutely, do I support Article 19? Yes, I do, 100%, and I will act on it. I won't talk about it like you with all your hot air. Thank you.